Hello, I'm Emmet Ryan, and welcome to BallinEurope. And it's been a while since we did just one of these, me in front of the camera, in Studio BIE, I suppose, also known as my bedroom. And we are all here today to talk about, well, it's a build up to the Final Four. We're on our way to Abu Dhabi. Like, not today, I'm going to be going there next week. But anyway, we are breaking down the big storylines, many other things, but we will also discuss the case for each of the four teams. They'll each get their own video, and today's video is very much the case for Monaco. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think Monaco are built to win it. By the way, I think all 4 teams are very capable of winning. That's why the videos are being titled in such a way that, like, I will have a pick, don't worry, but not in this video. So I'm going to give you the case for Monaco, why they can do it. But if you haven't already, please subscribe. And now, I suppose, let's get to it. So when you think of Monaco, the first thing that comes to mind, and it makes a whole lot of sense, is Mike James. I'm going to talk about things that aren't Mike James first. The key thing here is their defensive strength. Basically, you look at Diallo, you look at Strazel, and of course the addition of Daniel Theis, and suddenly this team's, I suppose, ability to play those 75, 72 type of games, which you occasionally get in, tight knockout sort of slash playoff situations. Obviously, it's single elimination in the Final Four. They have kind of got the roster to do that. And that's going to matter for Monaco because they're going to have to get involved in some knockout, drag-out fights. One, obviously, is the caliber of opposition is going to be a factor there. Like, they're going up against Olympiacos, the regular season best record, obviously eliminated Real Madrid in the playoffs. But also just the fact that they're going to have the least support in the building. This is basically a road game for them. It's not a neutral site game. And the same goes for the final. If they get to the final, it'll be either all green or all Fenerbahce. It'll be Panathinaikos and the Turkish fans coming for them the next day. It's not like Monaco are ever going to feel at home in a Final Four. And that's fine because they have that sort of ability to sort of drag it back, bring it back to basics, and make it hard for the other team to score and to take the crowd out of the game. And when you're a squad like Monaco, when you're a club really like Monaco, because the squad is fine, you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to sort of bring the fight back to your terms. It's sort of like when Sheshka had all their runs to the Final Fours, because we always knew Sheshka would be the lesser supported team in those games, and they found a way to still make it a Sheshka type of game. Monaco have those pieces, those players in place, that no matter where they are on the continent, wherever the game is, or indeed off the continent, as it is in this case, they can drag it back defensively. Like, they know how to force a Monaco game to be played wherever Monaco play, essentially. And that's a pretty broad point, I know, but it is crucial to bear in mind. It's very much a mindset point. They have that defensive might, that defensive force that they can sort of drag the team into realizing the terms of battle will be Monaco's terms. And a key reason they're able to do that, of course, is the guy on the sideline. So we got to talk about Spanoulis. Everybody knew him as a great player. There was all the, joy, the wonders watching him as a player. As a coach, he has matured fast. He has managed to take the best elements of Spanoulis to player, put them into Spanoulis to coach, and he's still developing. But he's already clearly showing an awful lot of understanding of what's required to be a coach. And it is actually a little bit harder to be a coach when you're sort of have been an elite player at the level you're coaching at. Because when you think about it, like, if you're either not a former pro, or if you're a guy who had to do that extra bit of work to just get your minutes, you understand the fight that's involved and the things that don't come easy. Spanoulis, I'm not saying things are easy for him. He obviously worked hard, but the point is he never realized that, like, it isn't as easy for everybody as it is for him, in terms of sort of the flow, making things work. Like, not everything happens the same way, but Spanoulis has found a way to sort of do that across all the different layers and pieces within the Monaco roster. And of course, with Mike James, he's been a huge influence. Like, James himself is quite the veteran, but the two of them have said, like, it's like they're talking to themselves when they talk to each other, in a good way, as in because they understand each other so well. But then you look at sort of his ability to sort of manage tactically, like the Papagiannis move he made in Game 5 against Barcelona, but also just the in-game adjustments. Monaco, when they're under pressure, when they've been tense this year, they've looked more capable of handling the pressure, of handling the tension. And that's not just a psychology thing, it's a case of a understanding what's needed thing. Like, so I always felt they had the mental strength to handle stuff. I felt quite often strategically they weren't making the moves required to handle adversity and to get past it. And this time around, we're seeing sort of there's some bold moves, like we said, but there's a lot of smart stuff, and it's a team more built essentially for championship situations. And remember, like Spanoulis has had a pretty good start to his coaching career. This is his first year in Euroleague, but last year in the Basketball Champions League with Peristeri, a very unfancied side, he got them all the way to the Final Four, and they had to grit it out against some, frankly, far superior rosters. I know because I was commentating on many of those games, including the one when they secured their place in the playoffs. This was a side which looked like, yeah, they can find ways, but they're going to be outmatched when it comes to a raw 12-man versus 12-man, and he found a way to still make it work. So obviously moving up a level in roster quality to AS Monaco was a big, big, big jump. But again, you gotta say, he's done all right. He's done pretty all right. And by all right, I mean he got a home court in the playoffs. Okay, 4 seed is not the top seed, but it's a 4 seed. It's a home court in the playoffs. With it in a very, very tough, brutal battle for that last home court spot, his side kept their nerve together. They got the win done in 5 games. Again, you go, are Barcelona all that great? Doesn't matter. The point is, when they faced adversity, they found a way through it. Spanoulis has been able to sort of game manage and adjust, and most importantly, improve as he has gone up the levels even this season. And for me, that's really crucial for Monaco. Obviously, you're wondering, has he got enough to improve all the way in Abu Dhabi? But the point is, he's moving at enough of a pace that you can believe he can make those adjustments. Like it's his first Final Four. This is a huge step up. But I think mentally, he's about as ready as any coach can be when they're coaching the Final Four for the first time. So that's why I like Spanoulis a lot, because I'm using a lot of those words. I'm talking a lot about defense, talking a lot about fighting through adversity, having to make the bold moves, having to adjust. Because the bottom line is, Monaco can do this. They know how to win ugly. And that is something I felt Monaco, previous Final Four editions, didn't. And last year's edition. They had to sort of, be themselves to win, so to speak. They had to always be feeling it to get the W, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, if you can feel it, 34 times in a regular season, and then, 3 to 5 times, and then twice in the Final Four, you're doing okay. But you're not always going to feel it. You're going to have games where you don't have it all together, and finding ways to still win those drag out fights, make those adjustments, and just that find a way to win mentality. That's something you need, especially at a Final Four. I mean, you're going to see it. At least one of the semifinals is going to have that type of feel. It could be the Monaco semifinal. And you look at the 3 other sides in it, they definitely know how to win ugly. Some of those have been self-inflicted, but they're for later videos. But Monaco, of course, somewhat self-inflicted as well. Their need to win ugly a bit at times this season. But they have sort of put together the pieces required so that if they are in that tense, close situation and shots aren't quite falling, they can find ways to get guys to the line. If Mike James isn't hitting them off, they can find someone else to get the points in the interim. They find ways to get it done. It isn't always pretty. It isn't always as sleek and smooth as sort of Monaco were their first couple of seasons making runs to the Final Four. But it is winning basketball, and that's what matters the most at this time of the year. Can you play winning basketball when it is, I hate to use the phrase, winning time? And right now it's winning time. Those two, one game if they win it, 2 if they win that first, are the most important games to have this season. Simple as that. Whatever about the LNB Championship, whatever about any of the cups in France, these will be the 2 most important games, because Monaco have managed to get to the Final Four before. They've, should have, well, not should have, but nearly did last year as well. And you kind of look at this side and go, but have they got enough? Have they ever gone to a Final Four where you thought Monaco was going to win it? They haven't yet. Have you ever gone to a Final Four where you thought they could win it? You gave them a bit of a chance. This, of all the trips they've made so far, is the best chance they've had, is in the most complete they've looked in terms of a team that needs to make that jump. So that's why I think Monaco are, now they are to me 4th favourites, just to be clear, out of 4, so like the biggest underdog. But they are the strongest 4th of 4, if you get what I'm saying, going into a Final Four that I can recall in a very, very, very long time. This is one of the most balanced Final Fours I've seen in all my years watching EuroLeague. And I think we're going to have a great one. I think Monaco can compete. But will they win it all? That's to be decided. But we have lots more videos coming between now and the Final Four. And of course, at the Final Four, in the build-up, in the run-up. And if you want to catch all of them, the best thing you can do, and also helps us out, is subscribe, like, share, comment, ring the bell, all those things YouTube asks. Do that, show us the love, and I will see you very soon. Wait, no, that's not how I end videos, is it? I was going to say I'll see you in Abu Dhabi, but I've got loads of videos for Abu Dhabi. So listen, show us the love. You're great. And yeah, I will see you soon.